What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I finally got a chance to check out Cyberpunk 2077 here on Boosteroid for cloud gaming. I'm always looking for another way to be able to play this game, let others know how to play the game that don't have the hardware, and Boosteroid's working pretty well. And the game's not that easy to run to begin with, even a couple of years later, especially in the cloud. So let's go ahead and get a little bit deeper into it here. I will be using the PC app. It works great for me. I do enjoy that. This service is about $10 a month if you're not already familiar, and they do have upgrades coming very soon from what I understand. My connection is 823 on my bandwidth test here and 18 on my latency. That's pretty consistent for me. I'm close to the data center, so keep in mind I do have an ideal setup for the experience here. As far as the specs we have going, much like you're seeing these days, we have the AMD EPYC 64-core processor being split up here and used in the server. And every time I've logged on here in the States, I've had the RTX 6000 rig here. So the AMD EPYC CPU and the RTX 6000 GPU is pretty much what you're working with when it comes to the basis of your system. Now, we are running 1080p 60. Let's go ahead and start by getting into the benchmarks a little bit. This benchmark's not great for dialing in any settings, but it serves its purpose here. I'm running a 1080p 60 FPS stream, 1080p 60 FPS cap with VSync in-game, DLSS unbalanced. So that's for all of the runs here. We've got high with camera effects off and RT on over here on the left. We've got high with camera effects off and RT off in the middle. And we've got medium everything with camera effects off and RT off here as well. All of them, of course, running the DLSS balanced. Now, the one all the way over on the right, those are the settings I'm pretty much going to use in the game. It's very difficult to lock in a 60 FPS experience with this game on Boosteroid. I can do it for the most part if I wanted to lower some things some more, but I found a happy spot that works. Even on services like GeForce Now with their 3080 tier, you can really struggle with the settings, especially if you want to use ray tracing or that type of thing. But with this system here, I'm going to stay away from ray tracing, and to be honest, I really don't play this game with ray tracing unless I'm on my local PC running fairly high end. But anyways, let's get into it with these settings. So I've got medium preset, and then I've adjusted some things, turned off contact shadows, and anything that was on high I went ahead and knocked down. So we're pretty much just on medium everything here, and that's the settings that you saw over on the right hand side in the benchmark. So this works pretty well when you get into game. Like I said, this is good enough for me to stay 40 to 60 FPS, feels smooth enough, looks good, and I'm okay with it. I could adjust things more between resolution and settings to try to get the 60 FPS that I'd like to have in the cloud, but this is fine for me for Cyberpunk. And there are more important things than just my in-game frame rate. As long as it holds well enough to play, we definitely care about input latency. Now, when it comes to combat and running around, moving, whatever the case may be, input latency just feels really good on Boosteroid. Again, I have a great connection and I'm close to the data center. So for me, input latency, yes, all cloud has it. Yes, you can feel it a little bit when you're used to playing local. But I will say, as far as cloud goes, this is a great experience when it comes to input latency. Really no big issues for me. No major stutters or skips. The controls don't feel super floaty like you might get sometimes in cloud, or even with Xbox Cloud Gaming I'll get that. Things stay running pretty decently, and like I said, you can hold yourself a pretty good 42 FPS on up to 60 depending on where you're at and what you're playing. Now, as far as picture quality goes, that's another pretty decent area here. Boosteroid does have a little bit of a lower bit rate when it comes to their stream compared to others. Hopefully we'll get some more upgrades on that in the future, but it doesn't pixelate and buffer and kind of like come and go. It stays pretty consistent. So while it may not be the clearest, crispest 1080p image you can get with the current bit rate, it does stay consistent, and it's not any distracting pixelation or any issues going on there. So overall, Cyberpunk here on Boosteroid, while you can find better experiences, was really good, and I think pretty worth it if you want a way to be able to play the game. I really haven't had any troubles. I put a few hours here in on Boosteroid, and the experience has been pretty consistent for me. Hopefully you can kind of get that here in the video. But anyways, guys, I just wanted to show you this running on Boosteroid. If you're interested, there's a link down in the description if you want to sign up, support the channel, and give them a shot. You can use that there. All right, thanks a lot for coming to watch. As always, if you haven't already, subscribe, thumbs up, ring the bell, leave me your comment below, and I'll see you guys in the next one.